Just think, next year it's going to be here for you.
Yeah, well, we'll be able to put a beer there, I guess. Look at the bright side.
Sorry we missed you last week. The flu went around, so we weren't able to get our video out, but everybody's feeling better and we're excited to get back to work this week.
Yeah, you all thought probably we had a baby, huh?
No baby
Nope.
yet. So hopefully very, very soon. No. So anyway, so we're back at Grizzly Gables and we've got a whole laundry list of things that we want to accomplish this week. So a while back we added some beams over the kitchen, and those beams serve two purposes. The first purpose is to kind of ground the kitchen space and give it its own kind of structure. And the second purpose is so that I can run some lighting on those beams and get some more lighting in that kitchen.
That's spring in Alaska for you, snow showers.
This is so mean, because yesterday I was like...
It's more like a hail of
No, I put the winter gear away yesterday.
Oh, you leave it away. So what I'm doing right now is we got these routed in. Yeah, so we went ahead and traced it into the timber, routed it out, and right now I'm getting these wires stripped and then get this box set in place, and then go ahead and start attaching the track system, which is going to be the lights that will be on here, and you can move the lights wherever you want. It's a track system.
But I will tell you, my career is really so that's why I'm getting
One down, two more go. We wanted to add a little more light in here because it's really dark. So we wound up routing in some new light boxes, and we put one on either side of the light, so now there's 3 and 3 on both sides of the hallway. Running electrical in a log home is really not easy to do unless you're doing it at the time of the build. So we wound up surface mounting this, and it works out just fine. So you can see we put some track lighting in here, we put some 8-foot tracks, and to do this, the actual box is right here, and we went ahead and routed it in to the beam, and then I drilled up through, put the wiring on top, and then we wound up boxing the wiring in so you can't see it, but it really will help light up the kitchen with all these tracks. There's 3 tracks, and the nice thing about it is if you want more light, you just go buy more light fixtures and snap them in. So then the other thing that needs to be taken care of in here is the ceiling fan. We removed one earlier that was here existing, but we need to put a new one in and get that going. We can turn it on in a second, not right now.
You want me to turn it on right now? I was going to say. Turning it on. See if it works.
So another thing is we had everything stuffed from what used to be the living space stuffed in the bedrooms, and we pulled it out the other day to clean them out and get them ready to go. Wound up there's a couple sets of moose horns that were in there, so you know, we got them hung up that way we weren't tripping all over them. And really brought in a nice Alaska feel to the house.
So it bugs me every time I come in the store that I don't have anywhere to hang my coat up or my keys or my purse. So I feel like I really need to make a haul tree or something here. So I'm gonna head back to the garage and see if I can draw something up and get something built. It goes on basically just like water. This
It's weird, it feels like you're not doing anything.
Yeah, and it dries so fast. You can just flip it over immediately. That's another thing. It's actually really easy to apply.
Right. Oh yeah. Just like a little bit
It's
of
just
water.
like, yeah, washing down your board or whatever. So the 2x4 haul tree turned out really good, and we put the weathered wood accelerator on it, but I felt like it just wasn't quite dark enough to contrast with the log walls. So Thing just came out with this. It's carbon gray, and it's a darker gray stain. So I thought maybe we'll give it a try on the haul tree and see how it turns out. The carbon gray stain was just what it needed. It was too light, so there wasn't much of a contrast between the wood wall and the haul tree. So once we put the carbon gray on, perfect. We had a bunch of little cup hooks up here for keys and sunglasses and wallets and whatever. I actually think is super functional and fun way of adding, just making it work a little bit harder. Another thing I like to do is put hooks on the ends. So like purses or reusable shopping bags or whatever can go their diaper bags. And then this is also a small shelf up here, so things can be set up here. So it's a perfect height, it's really sturdy, and just such an easy, fun build. And another thing I really love about this project is it can work outside too because it's slatted. So you can put it outside and on the deck or wherever you might need a bench and some extra hooks. So a super simple, cheap build. I know that you're going to love it, and I can't wait to see lots of brag posts and lots of different stain colors on this one. So the countertops are in, and they're just amazing. They're so beautiful. They splurged on the countertops, and I'm so glad they did because they're a big difference maker, and they are really the showpiece of this cabin. So it turned out really well. I don't know how she's going to wipe it now. So she's also pregnant too, but she's a little taller than me, so I can't reach the halfway point. It's gigantic.
You probably could.
If I wasn't pregnant.
You've got about 10 inches that are, you're short in your reach now.
Yeah, okay. So I'm so excited how this countertop turned out. I just can't wait to get the backsplash in.
Look, they just keep filing in. finish out this kitchen, the one thing we need to do is put the backsplash on and finish out putting the doors on and install the appliances. But the problem with it is the appliances haven't showed up and the doors are a few weeks out. We plan today, get this backsplash wrapped up, and then we can walk away from this place for a couple of weeks and then come back and finish it up when the other stuff shows up. And, you know, I don't know, but my wife, she just continues to be pregnant, so maybe between now and when appliances arrive, we'll have a baby, I'm hoping. So if I timed everything right, this project will get wrapped up, my wife will have a baby, and then we can finish this project. But until then, my wife is still pregnant. How long do you think until the baby shows?
Well, I've carried him to 42 weeks, so.
Look at that.
Okay, let's get to work, because
Well,
it may be another little bit before the baby comes, but still want to get this done while I have a chance, and it could happen any day, and I've been full term for 3 weeks, so.
You sure are pretty.
Yeah, thank you. It's like frosting.
Frosting.
We got super lucky. I couldn't figure out from the can if it was white or gray. Watch, I got one can that was white and one that's gray.
It's like decorating a cake on a wall.
It's making me hungry. Everything makes you hungry when you're pregnant, though.
I don't know, I've never been pregnant, so really hard to tell. But I'll take your word for it. So, it's really nice using this mastic right out of the container. You can buy it at the store. A lot less mess. You don't have to mix mortar up yourself or whatever, so makes it a lot nicer. It's designed specifically for attaching to drywall.
You got your layout all on the wall?
I hope so. Shoot, forward we're gonna go 1/8 inch space there. The most important things when you're doing tile work is make sure that you start good, because if you start good, you're going to end good. It took me a little bit to come up with the layout, but once we got it done, now tiles should just fly. You're going to have electrical outlets on a kitchen backsplash. It's inevitable. You're going to have them there. So we wound up setting our tile up to where our tile came to the bottom here. Wound up working out, it was about 4.5. We brought it up a little bit, so we only have to, our tile splits it. Something to keep in mind when you're doing tile work, make the receptacles, try to make them easy. So this worked out really good. I kind of planned it that way, but I didn't realize it was going to land right on the corner, so perfect.
Way better than landing in the middle of the tile.
Yeah. So I just finished up the tile backsplash. Took me a couple hours this morning to actually get it knocked out, but I think it looks really good. Anna likes using subway tile a lot, I think, because it looks really nice, gives a nice reflective surface, and will be easy to clean.
Well, we still have to get the backsplash grouted, and we'll do that tomorrow after it dries, but after that's done, we're really at a standstill on this cabin because we ordered from a door company all the cabinet doors, and sometimes I make my own doors and sometimes I purchase them, and it really just depends on the job. And for this particular kitchen, she wanted a profile that you need, you know, special router bits for, and it just is economical just to have them made. So, and they look really professional to have them made as well. So those are a couple weeks out. The appliances are a couple weeks out. You know, our hands are pretty much tied, and it couldn't come at a better timing because we'd like to take some maternity leave and, you know, hopefully get this baby out.
I'm guessing that the baby is going to come like
tomorrow. Okay, your work's done, baby.
I can't believe she's here today.
My due date is come and gone, and I mean, baby should be coming any day now. So it's nice to wrap up this job to the point where we can feel comfortable about taking a break because we're really out of materials, and you know, it's just a good time to take a little bit of a break.
Very exciting seeing this project finished like it is. It's a whole different space inside this home, so pretty neat seeing it going from this real dark, dungy place to what it is where you want to be in here. So
it even smells different. So.
Well, I better.
So anyway, so it's been a really fun project, and I'm a little sad to, you know, be closing the doors on it for a little bit. We'll definitely be back here in a few weeks to finish up the little odds and ends and get a full reveal for you guys. So you may or may not see us next week. Hopefully you don't. We're all hoping that, but you just might. So you guys have a good week or two, and we'll see you back on one of these Mondays. Thank you for watching.
See ya. It's coming. She was having contractions this morning.
Oh, it should be coming. I'm not gonna make it.
You still got a ways until they make it go out of there.
Okay. All right. Well, let's wrap it up and get our tools out of here.